PEP was created in 2004 to transform one of the country's most challenging problems into one of its most surprising opportunities. That problem is the tremendous growth in the prison system, which has tripled in size since 1980. We believe that one of the main causes of that growth is the number of ex-offenders who return to prison because they could not find legal employment. This led us to discover a powerful opportunity. Why not equip those same people with the ability to create their own jobs? Today, PEP offers an entrepreneurship boot camp that begins inside prison and continues into the free world. By focusing on creating opportunities, PEP now delivers some of the best results in the country in terms of post-release employment, small business formation, and keeping people out of prison. We need your help to pursue 4 objectives. First, we want to build our capacity to serve more people while maintaining our best-in-class results. There are thousands of people eligible for PEP, and our only barrier to scale is funding. Second, we want to expand our support for graduate entrepreneurs. Historically, around 15 to 20% of our graduates start a business after prison, and the vast majority of those are still operating today. But we can significantly increase these rates with additional support. Third, we want to strengthen our sustainability through earned income. This includes a series of for-profit initiatives that will generate revenue for PEP while providing career-driven jobs for our graduates. And finally, we intend to replicate PEP into new areas. While this may initially involve new subsidiaries of PEP, our long-term goal is to develop a franchise model to more quickly and cost-effectively spread to new states and to new countries. PEP is a good strategic investment because our program model combines the 5 essential ingredients for successful rehabilitation. First, our values-based curriculum is equally focused on character building alongside business skills. Second, our graduates earn an endorsement that is recognized by the marketplace, a certificate in entrepreneurship from Baylor University. Third, PEP utilizes an inside-outside strategy that carries the same group of graduates through their critical transition back into society. Fourth, our model is non-transactional but relational. We are focused on building a new peer network for our graduates that will keep them connected to PEP for life. And finally, our results-driven model maximizes the ROI of your gifts by generating an exponential reduction in cost of government due to avoided incarceration. PEP's effectiveness rests on 5 pillars. The first is that our model is not about charity, it is about opportunity. We do not give a handout, but a hand up. Our rigorous application and screening process ensures that we only invest our resources in those who are investing in themselves. Second, we challenge our participants to work harder than they've ever worked before. This includes more than 1,000 hours of college-level training that teaches them the discipline that they need to thrive in the free world. Third, we give them a goal that they first believe is impossible. Write a complete business plan that you will pitch more than 120 times in front of other people. Achieving this goal builds self-confidence and teaches them to reach for a better life. Fourth, we believe that one of the highest forms of love is accountability. By holding each other to a higher standard, we ensure that our graduates will pursue a different life than the one that led them to prison. And last, we focus on building lifelong relationships with our graduates. This includes checking in with every one of them 3 or 4 times per year to keep them engaged in PEP. Nearly 1/3 of all of our donors are formerly incarcerated men and their families. This alone should prove the impact of our life-changing model when we can convert former felons into philanthropists. But we also have a very robust data-driven model that includes the following measurable outcomes. 100% of our graduates who participate in our post-release service find a job within 90 days of release from prison. You are more likely to get a job coming out of our program than any Ivy League university right now. The average starting wage is more than 150% of minimum wage, and over 90% of them are still employed 12 months later, with nearly half reporting that they are now making more than before they went to prison. Around 20% of them have started a business, including several at or above the $1 million sales mark, and the vast majority of these businesses are still operating today. Best of all, PEP reduces return to prison rates by nearly 80% compared to the state average. Our 3-year recidivism rate has been below 5%, while the state average is nearly 25%. PEP has received international media recognition for our results, but we truly believe that our greatest impact is the three ripple effects that we are creating outside of our graduates' lives. First, our family reunification program provides valuable counseling and support to the families and children of our participants. This program directly involves more than 1,000 people each year who are not reflected in our official service numbers. Second, PEP is creating a ripple effect on the correction system itself. In the prison where we operate, there are fewer disciplinary incidents, even among general population, thanks to the influence of PEP's participants. And by recruiting inmates from across the entire prison system, PEP is spreading the message to other inmates about the opportunities that are available to them through entrepreneurship. Finally, PEP is creating a ripple effect on society itself. Each year, around 700 different executives and marketplace leaders join us as either in-prison volunteers or as remote business plan advisors. The ripple effect of their exposure to prison is changing the way that the world looks at incarcerated people. Outside of our program results, our major accomplishments are all related to forming collaborations with three distinct groups: the government, the academic world, and the business community. We receive absolutely $0 from the government. However, we could not achieve our impact without the tremendous partnership that we have forged with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, or TDCJ. Alongside the GEO Group, which is the private operator of the prison where we work, TDCJ serves as our #1 partner. They provide us with access to the prison system, they fund the transfer of our recruits, and they offer us program space within a lovely gated community called the Cleveland Correctional Facility. From the academic world, we're very proud of the collaboration that we now have with Baylor University, which provides a college certificate in entrepreneurship to everyone who graduates from PEP. And finally, there is the business community that has provided thousands of executive entrepreneurs and investors who have donated to PEP or volunteered to support our work over the years. PEP's toughest moment came during our 5th year of operation. At that time, we faced the sudden and high-profile resignation of our founder in the midst of a personal scandal. Many questioned whether PEP could survive, but for those of us who were closest to the heart of the mission, we knew that PEP was, and always will be, much greater than any of the personalities involved in our work. Thankfully, our board and key supporters stepped up and worked with the staff and TDCJ to stabilize the organization. Throughout the transition, we were led by our acting CEO, Phi Tran, a Class 1 graduate. And I'm very proud to say that PEP not only survived, but we emerged stronger than ever. We're no longer a founder-driven organization, but an impact-driven social enterprise. Since overcoming this challenge, we are now graduating more men than ever before. We now have the highest rates of employment and small business formation in our history, as well as our lowest rates of recidivism. PEP needs multi-year commitment of additional resources for 2 reasons. First, to allow our leadership to spend more intensive time developing our for-profit initiatives that can reduce our dependence on philanthropy to sustain core operations. Second, we need additional resources to develop the franchise model that we believe is the best way for PEP to expand. Our direct experience confirms what national and international data indicates. There is a great need for PEP in other jurisdictions. Since 2004, at least 9 states and 3 countries have sent teams to visit us in prison. We know of at least 3 of these teams that are now operating active pilots based on the PEP model, 1 in the US and 2 in Europe. Additional resources will position PEP for sustainable expansion. Every one of our graduates leave prison with a business plan. Currently, around 15 to 20% of them actually pursue that business plan in the free world. While that's a higher start rate than most MBA programs, we believe it could be much higher with additional support. PEP is developing this support in 4 ways. First, by operating business incubators that provide low-cost office space to our graduate entrepreneurs. Second, by providing them with the consulting and technical assistance that they need to incorporate, launch, and build their businesses. Third, by connecting them with the capital that they need from our network of angel investors and micro-lending partners, such as Kiva and People Fund. Fourth, by helping them to leverage the PEP network to secure their first base of customers. With your support, We can not only transform inmates into entrepreneurs, we can help them to create the jobs that can keep other ex-offenders from returning to prison.